The 2010 Honda CR-V, the official car for upper middle class housewives whose housework is mostly done by an Indonesian maid while she tunes in to Astro Intiman and watches Cantonese soap operas. The CR-V was conceived when crossovers weren't filling out the roads and killing off sedans left and right. Heck, even when it was made, it was called an SUV since there's nothing to cross over from. Even the Avengers was only 2 years away, and speaking of Marvel, they just only got started with the whole cinematic universe thing, and it wasn't even called a universe. The third generation CR-V made quite a departure in terms of design compared to its previous generations. The first and second gen models had a look that shouts out both the sport and utility in SUV. For the third generation though, Honda toned down the sport and utility and emphasized on comfort. Gone was the spare tire hanging out from the boot, and in goes a rounder design that says car rather than SUV. The SUV even comes as a front wheel drive car, so you could actually call it a crossover.
Shh, that word is forbidden to speak of in car culture.
Compared to its competitors, which in Malaysia were the Nissan X-Trail and the Kia Sportage, and maybe for a brief while, we could put in the Toyota RAV4, the CR-V looked more upscale. Granted, the front looks ugly and the whole bulbous style gives off a very weird vibe. But then this is 2010, when rage comics weren't cringy, Keanu Reeves hasn't killed anyone for murdering his dog, and the Trollololo song was just starting to annoy people. Even the word meme wasn't even mainstream. In the mid-2000s, if you weren't playing Nickelback or Green Day on loop, you're not the cool kid. For Honda, this period was sort of their puberty phase as they were producing some of the weirdest looking designs in their class, like the second generation City that looks like a blob, or the Civic FD that had an interior that looked like a spaceship, before unofficially becoming the Abang Mobile that became the bane of every normie car meet today. Surprisingly, it is also during this period where Honda began to overtake Nissan and slowly caught up with Toyota in becoming the best-selling non-national car brand. The CR-V looked weird, but it still has the practicality you want in an SUV. There's nothing much to shout about the engine. It's a 2-litre inline-4 iVTEC, and in Malaysia there's only one engine option. The owner of this car got it from his dad, and he's from Sabah. That means he has to ship this car over from across the ocean to get it here. He's studying here by the way and has a little side project that you can check out on this link below. Driving this car, it does take some getting used to, if you transition from driving a normal car. It feels like a truck, but drives like a car. Its wide visibility and tall stature shouldn't make it drive like a car, but really it does. It feels heavy, but then once you're driving along and looking at the speedo as it climbs, you won't even feel the acceleration. It is after all based on the Accord, so that gives it some car-like handling. Combine that with the tall height, it makes you feel like the king of the road. That is until something bigger and more powerful appears in your rear view, like a pickup, or a Velfire, or God forbid, one of those fucking high-beam Myvis. Then again, if you're getting the CR-V, you're not the type of person who wants speed or excitement. You want a car that is practical, one that is befitting of your upper middle income lifestyle. You bought this for the missus, and surprisingly, a lot of these are driven by housewives. And when she gets tired of watching the same Cantonese dramas and after sending off the kids to college, she'll probably beg the husband to give something smaller. Like a cross...